Hello, 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 and welcome. Thank you to anyone taking the time to join me in here. Let's get started with some Brawl, shall we? Ooh, there we go. There's the button I'm looking for. So I already re-rolled this one for today, so that's the one that I'm allowed to re-roll. So we need to attack with a lot of stuff, and need to cast blue or red, or white or blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play something that has blue, heavy. Actually, I think I have a blue and green deck on here that is mostly a blue deck with a handful of green things thrown in, which is going to work perfectly for trying to work on this. Ooh, but I do have this one, which is actually just white and blue. Let's take a look-see of something real quick. I want to see how many blue spells are in this deck as opposed to the other one. Oh, I actually got 32. Honestly, that's more than I expected, so. But if I am indeed comparing it versus the Simic deck and debating on which one I'm running for the purposes of trying to work on this, let's at least actually compare them. Well then, this is why I always play this deck whenever I have anything that requires me to cast blue spells. There are 44 blue spells in this deck. This is why I say it is a blue-green deck that is in reality a blue deck with a little bit of green sprinkled in. And now we have our first match. Let's see what we're up against. One of the other decks that I was tempted to play to work on this. What's the name they have for these things on this little challenge for today? Arcades. It's a deck I want to build in paper. Arcades is one of my favorite commanders. Just the uniqueness of it. This is one of the tough ones, because I can actually cast 3 of the 5 non-lands in here, but I only have 2 lands, and I don't have a way to ramp. I have something that'll draw me 1 card, but I can't count on that to be able to fix my mana effectively. And now I just get something that is considerably better. I still only have 2 lands, but now I have an Arcane Signet. I still have one of the same 2 drops. I even have a ramp spell. Excuse me. And I have one of the biggest creatures in the deck, which helps to see that early, means I don't have to wait to draw into it. The other reason why I'm happy to see it in my opening hand is quite simply, this card is not nice. And in a deck that is trying to do blue things, Jin Jataxius Progress Tyrant fits the bill. Now I question if my opponent is in the same boat, because they appear to have mulliganed once like I did and are debating on keeping their second 7. It hasn't let me pick yet if I want to keep this second 7, which is strange. There it goes. Now that I say that, it lets me... Oh, right, I forget. I have to keep 6 because I had to mulligan twice. That's right. Now I have to decide, because I forgot I went down to 6, and I have to think of what to put on the bottom. I hate to do it to immediately get all excited about this and then put it on the bottom. So we're going to put Shore Up on the bottom. Start with a fetch land. That way turn 2 can just play the basic into the Arcane Signet. Be off and rolling from there. Let's get one of the tap lands that is fetchable. My opponent is playing Karn as their little face. I love it. Wall of Runes. That card's in this deck too. Oh, shoot. I had not seen the Tiny Bones sleeve here, and I love it, simply because of Dead or Deader? It's like the person who printed this wasn't even sure if this was right. Even they were questioning it. Hello, friend. Hello. Happy you could join me. Much appreciated. Okay, that was an interesting card for me to draw. Because it wasn't a land, but it's not necessarily a bad thing for me to draw either. This is a weird spot. We're just going to put it on the board. Because at least if it leaves the battlefield, I get to draw a card. And now I have a blocker. I don't think I'm going to need a blocker anytime soon. And this wouldn't be able to block their commander, which is probably what's going to do the most work. Okay, so this is interesting to me. Excuse me. My opponent has put 3 walls out already. The reason why that is peculiar to me is now next turn, you know, let's say they can play a land and then they cast their commander. They don't have... All 3 of these defenders could have been held back, or at least hold back one of them. That way you can play the commander, immediately play a defender, and draw another card. So, just interesting the way they've gone about this. Ooh, and it looks like they have missed the land drop. Nope, there it is. Oh, and it's a Fabled Passage to boot, so it's a good land. And it will untap itself because it was their 4th land total. Oh, please let this bluff work. I think they think I have... Excuse me. Ugh, I need some water. After that.
They think you have what?
My opponent must think I have some kind of really good counterspell. Because they had the mana for their commander... and they did not cast him. Instead, they cast another defender, which I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but...
Maybe they're new.
Oh, yeah, it could be new. I didn't think of that. No attack. And, oh my goodness. I know what I want to do right now, but I have to look it up on how to do it in the middle of the game. I don't remember how it works. I now want to do something that I've only seen videos of. I don't actually know where the setting is, but there is a setting for me to, for example, cast my Entish Restoration here, and then offer I can't refuse on my own spell just to get the treasure tokens out of it. Oh, that... Well, what I wanted to use it for, it's not going to counter even if I was trying to, because this is a creature, so this can't even counter this, so, well, there went that plan. Let's see. You know what, I got a mana rock. We're going to cast the mana rock. Just going to ramp. Nope. I'm going to slow play this because they keep thinking... It seems like they keep thinking that I have some kind of 1-mana counterspell for their commander, and I don't. What? Oh. Now see... Excuse me. I've been saving this offer you cannot refuse. That's worth using it on. This thing is a enchantment version of what the commander does. Almost word for word. It lets your defenders swing, your defenders assign combat damage. Sorry, each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness. Yeah, that's the same thing as letting your defenders swing. As Arcades makes his grand little entrance. Now, let's see. He's doing me a favor by swinging, to be quite honest, because now I get to block with this thing and draw a card off of it passing. Hello, hello. And yes, the entrances are one of my favorite things about Arena. A lot of cards have entrances, but I don't know if there is a list of the entrances or not. Oh, this is interesting. My opponent appears to have some kind of an instant. Excuse me, or they must have... Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me see. Yep, it's this. So because this can right now pay 2 mana by sacrificing the treasure token and tapping their Hallowed Fountain over here, they can activate that ability. Because they can activate that ability, it's on them even though I've already declared a blocker. Or at least I hope it's on them, and I hope I'm not frozen here. But I'll be right back while I test that. Alright, so I blocked because I wanted the card draw, and I'm happy I did it because I drew into that basic land that much faster. But now I'm remembering that the Pride of the Hulklade has Big Booty Galta text, which means getting rid of that creature actually just made this thing more mana to cast. So, we're going to get Triskaidekaphile on the field. Get that cost reduction back. I think actually after I get her out, that'll reduce it enough for me to cast the Crocodile Elk Turtle here. And because they have that ability of the Portcullis Vine on this plant wall, because of that, it's going to have to ask them every single action I take. And I'm thinking that they're new or that they're not used to it asking them for every single action like this. And that's why it keeps pausing. Only thing I can really think of. Excuse me. Yep, get the commander out. Thanks to the cost reduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it. I'm trying to count, see if I can be able to cast Jin-Gitaxias next turn, but I can't. Oh, you son of a gun. Fuck. Of course it's a defender. Oh, I gotta think. I'm actually not gonna put it back in the command zone. Oh, whoops. That's a whoopsies. I misread that. We're going to leave now. I thought that was a Oblivion Ring style effect, so I said, no, I'm not going to put it back in the command zone. I'm going to get my commander back. Then after I declined it, I reread it and I went, mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. So, just going to restart because now my commander is literally exiled. Permanently.
How?
I didn't put it back in the command zone. I thought it was going to come back when the enchantment flipped. I was wrong. It's just actually exiled, and I just now left it in exile.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, mistakes are made.
Good job.
Mistakes are made. Starting over. Might as fucking well. This is a good hand. This is interesting. Oh, I do. Okay. I wasn't going to keep it because I was like, well, I have the mana rock, but I only have 2. And then I remembered, no. This Siren Pirate can actually tap for mana if it's for an artifact or an artifact spell, which the mana rock would be. So, and look at that. I'm rewarded. My first draw was a basic. I'm going to have 3 mana without it anyway. Beautiful. Excuse me. There's not a lot of non-defender creatures in here, but this is one of the better ones. It's one of the ones I really like. It comes in handy a lot of times. Plus, a 1/2 with flying and vigilance sneaks up on people. They don't realize that I have a blocker and I'm poking you in the air all the time. That's something that sneaks up on somebody. It's funny. They played the magnifying glass. I have the same card in this deck. There's the other reason I'm glad I have this sucker. They thought that would be a trade. They're like, well, I don't want to trade with that creature. Buddy, I'm not blocking that. I don't want to trade those two, first of all. Secondly, I have flying. Bold of you to think you can block it in the first place. I'm going to tap it manually for mana because I don't trust the game not to not tap it, and I would actually like to tap it for mana because of what I'm playing. Because that leaves the Relic of Legends open to tap for mana. That can go to the bottom with the Scry, so now I can actually still cast an offer you can't refuse, even though it's their turn. Whereas if I didn't tap my Oaken Siren here, I wouldn't be able to cast it. Oh, that's a problem. I've heard, quite frankly, horror stories about this thing, and with good reason for what it does. Let's see. Oh, now I notice I had the... Yep, I should have left enough mana open to actually have neutralized to just hard counter the damn thing. Mistakes have been made. Oh well. Let's see, I have 4 now, 5. So I could cast it and have enough for an offer you can't refuse still. Well, that's where I was at this turn. This is a tricky one. I think I get the bigger expensive card on the field because I can, and just roll with that. Yep. My commander has landed. Now I'm going to poke you in the air again for 1 and say go. Okay. Looking at my turtle here in my hand, trying to see how much mana I need to be able to cast him. And the answer is I need to play the access tunnel, then I need another land or I need a mana rock, and then I can cast this big bastard. Absolutely love this card. 2 different channel abilities are what make it wild. Alright, opponent, what do you got? Oh boy. I can't believe they're not swinging. I'm very grateful for it, but I can't believe it. My bigger problem is that now they have a flyer. Mr. Vampire Demon here. Which means I need 4... No, so I need 8 mana total to do what I'm thinking of doing now, but... Okay. Noted. My turn to land and pass. Actually, I just noticed that. They didn't hit a land drop last turn. They cast a 4-drop and a 1-drop, both of which legendaries, which synergizes with the commander. But they didn't play a land. And they do have a mana rock on the board, but it's a colorless one. Oh, that can get the fuck out of here. That card is bonkers good. I do not want that thing on the board. Oh, I'm not going to block that. Thanks for swinging, though. You did me a favor. Because now I can swing in a little easier with this. Oh. Very rarely do I need to look for the undo button. That's one of the times. I'm going to wait to play the land. It's probably going to be this tap land, but quite frankly, it depends on what we draw, because now I get to draw 2 cards because of their swing. That's nice. Just all of this is nice. So I have a total of 3. This is a tough one. No, I think I'm just going to get the basic on the field. That way I can just play Wizard class this turn. Because I can still say I'm holding up 3 mana for counter magic. They got a land this turn, but they did not get another plains. They hit a swamp. So that is their only white source of mana this whole game. Oof. That is a problem, and that's got to go. We're going to tap an untapped artifact I control. Tap, tap, and tap. Yep. Countered. I don't want you to have a flyer to give something else flying. That's evasion, plus did I mention we get an extra evasion? No, that's a problem. That's a big problem. They cast something with flying. For a bird noble, you have a good flavor text, good sir. I will note, unsurprising it has good flavor text. It's Lord of the Rings, after all. Let's see. I'm just going to tell them that it's on them. I don't know what they can do. They must have some... Oh, they have him. Speaking of good flavor texts, bless this sinner who sacrificed his blood so that I may live. So that's what it is. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, they have 1 mana. They might have an instant in their hand, but what action can they take that it's pausing on their turn for them to, take an action? And it's him. He's a sacrifice outlet, and that's at instant speed, so you can respond to me countering your thing by sacrificing one of your creatures at instant speed. Obviously, you don't have a reason to do this, but you can, which is the point. Well, I tapped the flyer. I wasn't planning on blocking that. I'm not blocking the fucking 1/1 with Death Touch. No, thank you. Life is a resource, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Oh, that's funny. Of all the cards I could have drawn, I get River's Rebuke. Yeah. Bounce your whole board back to your hand. Save for your lands, of course, but still. Yeah, bounce all 5 of your non-lands back to your hand, buddy. Oh, actually, I just thought of this. No, he might not let me do this. Because of that free sack outlet, he actually could get a lot. No, you know what? I take that back. If he did what I was thinking of doing, it wouldn't actually do him a favor. It would not help him. Because what it will do... Oop, he's going to do it. We're going to see why I said it. So here's the reason why it's not going to help him. The sequencing of this. So even though he just made the token copy of it, now it's a token copy, and it is on the board in time to get bounced. So, there we go. Oh, and now they're going to say it to me back. Hey, I was saying it to you because you were taking a long time, my guy. Yep, and I'll just start with the Mana Rock. My immediate reaction was actually to counter it, but then I thought, no reason to. If I counter that, he has treasure tokens. Treasure tokens probably make it easier to recast everything. No, I just keep slow playing this. That's what I do. That's how we play this. So I can draw 2 cards. Actually, no, I can draw 2 cards a lot cheaper than the... This is 1 mana cheaper, and it's a blue cheaper to boot. See what I hit. Oh, I drew my own magnifying glass. I love that. Oh, and I drew Dryad's Revival. Excellent.
Okay, I'll be back.
Drive safe, sweetie. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. If I play that, I have 2, so then I'll have 3. Yep. Just doing quick maths on the magnifying glass and seeing if I would have enough to cast it and my Icar synthesizer. The only downside is that I would have gotten... excuse me. I would have gotten a trigger for this card if I had done it in the reverse order, and I would have put one oil counter on it. But then I think I would only have... I think then I would only have a colorless open, and I would have to tap my commander if I wanted to cast my Offer You Can't Refuse. How? No, we'll pass there. I got 3 mana. I'm good with this. Doesn't appear that I have 3, but Relic of Legends is an amazing card because there is a period between these two, which means these are 2 separate abilities. I can't do anything about him, unfortunately, for me. Okay, now that's a problem. Because if that thing hits me, he can cast that. Eek. That's a big problem. And tell him I'm thinking, because I actually want to think about this. I'm very tempted to just add back. No. I get the big flyer? No, I think I draw cards here is what I do. Alright, let's go this and move to combat. Three, 4, 5. So I still got 5 mana open after I swing. Technically 6, because I'm going to be using the Siren to cast this network terminal. Yep. They're seeing what I'm up to, that I'm just trying to draw 2 cards. Oh, that was nice. I literally drew 2 lands. That was kind of nice. We're going to play the fetch land, actually, first. We're going to cast that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, I got enough. We're just going to add the counter spell right back to my hand and let them stare at it. And know that I have a hard counter in my hand. Pass. So I'm going to save that fetch land, because what I'd like to do is go get the other one of these that's a forest island, but it comes in tapped with the fetch land. But if I have to, I will just crack it for... Oh, shit. Oh, that's a problem. So one of the things I will like to do, that I was going to want to do with this, is tap it to just get anything that taps for a blue, but I just noticed it's not the green and blue one, so this is a little bit trickier. Oh, boy. Oh, hell no. So why is it not telling me... Oh, I know why it's not. Okay. I'm going to crack the fetch land in response to the cast. Can I get... Nope. I have to just get a basic, because I need it untapped for what I'm trying to do. Auto pay. That way I don't have to manually click on my commander. He has now been tapped because I tapped it due to that. Here we go. Since you now want to say hello all of a sudden. There it goes. I was wondering what it was waiting for to resolve. Oh, go ahead and swing that at me. Oof, I just realized that I might actually have to block. Let me see here. So if I let it hit me, okay, what's in my graveyard? Nothing that you can cast for 1. So this is my issue. I don't know if he's going to be able to cast it on like a later turn. Oh, actually no. He might cast that. He might be able to flash that back on a later turn, and if he can, then I'm in trouble. Because I don't want him to cast that out of my graveyard. I want to cast it out of my graveyard. Hello, kitty. My kitten has insisted to join me. Hello, cat. Now, let's see. Nope. I'm going to do the thing I mentioned doing, which is adding that hard counter back to my hand. Cat, what do you... Well, you're in the way, cat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with that. Let's get number 8 out there. Command tower. And that still gives me the mana for both of these counters. Actually, at least for one of them. I actually don't know if I can cast them both. No, never mind. I take that back. I can. It's just a little convoluted. A little bit difficult, but I can. I can cast them both. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Let's see. Do I have 8 cards? Oh, even if I do, I have Wizard class. No, I actually only have 7 cards in hand, funny enough. I thought I had 8. Oh! Okay. Let me think. Yeah, now is the time for this. No, it's your go, dude. Really, that's why I've been saving the offer you can't refuse, because it's a fantastic counterspell. But I did just give him 2 treasure tokens, and even though they finally got their second planes the whole game, you know, probably on like turn 8 or 9 or 10 or something at this point. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, and see, this time they're going to sit there with all their mana open. No, I'm going to let you keep telling me your go, because at this point it's funny. No, because then he gets fucking stronger. What's in here? No blocks. I'll take one. Pick your card. I'm really curious what they choose. They want a wall. You can have it, my guy. Take it. What's nice for me is I've got 4 or 5 unblockable basically on my turn. Oh, he's just going to pass. Okay. If you're going to pass, I would like to do one thing. We're going to do this. Draw and then discard. Looks like I should have just gone straight to my turn instead of this. That's why. They did have something. Oh well. No, discard the forest. I really top-decked Cyclonic Rift of all things. That's fucking hilarious. Especially because they have one of my cards right now. I don't think I have a better option. Who am I kidding? I'm sitting here trying to think if I do it or not. Why the hell not? I'm gonna get one of my cards back. Your go, opponent. I have a cast trigger, buddy. If you're not familiar with cast triggers, this is a good example of one. I love how they're hitting that button like a "what are you doing?" or they're waiting for me and I was waiting for them. Okay. It's a very good first game. Yeah. Or sorry, second game. I take that back. The first game I goofed. But 10 blue spells in that game, I'm pretty happy with that. I only attacked with like 7 or 8 creatures, but that's fine. I'm fine with that. Nothing to do but do it again. Nice to see this deck get a win. It's not one I play terribly often. One of the fun things to do in here is I have a Psychosis Crawler in the deck, which says whenever you draw a card, each opponent loses a life. So to force myself to draw potentially 5, 10 cards when that thing is out is usually the win condition in this deck. This is a really good hand. This could be better because I'm going to have green, green, and a blue, green that comes in tapped, but it could be a lot worse. So I'm very happy with my hand right now, with what it gave me. Then it gives me a mana rock. Not one that taps for any color, mind you, but a mana rock nonetheless. And one that gives me life whenever I tap it for mana, which certainly helps. Was that a shock? Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh, yeah, they shocked. Yep. They shocked themselves. That way they could play Arcane Signet on curve. I don't blame them. I would do the same thing. Oh, man. See, now this sucks. I wanted to play this or this. Nope, I can't get my blue online this turn. Okay, I would rather sequence it like this to save time. That can stay on the top because it's a Surveil. I'd love to scry it to the bottom, but this was not a scry. Excuse me. Interesting. This time they did not shock themselves in when given the chance to. Oh, wow. That is a very nice card. I feel like I've seen a friend of mine show me this card once or twice, or them talk about it, but a lot of utility here. 3 turns of scrying 1, then you make 3 treasure tokens, then you get a colorless land or the ability to sack a treasure to draw a card. Just all of that is good. All of that is good. I already have that. I already have that. No, let's just get the biggest thing on the field first. The thing that's the 3-drop. Because now my commander just went from its technical 11-drop to a 6-drop. And that number will keep coming down when I play these guys, so. What the? Oh, lovely. Now I'm really happy I played it face up and not for its morph cost. Sheesh. See, now this one just hurts because I still haven't drawn anything else that taps for blue, and again, this is largely a blue deck. We're going to get that Siren on the board, that way hopefully, you know what, I'm going to do this because I can, and because the game is going to keep fucking asking me if I don't. It's going to ask me to the point that it's annoying, and it's going to keep asking me to take a game action when all I can do is untap an artifact. Whoo! Wow. Never seen that card before, and I love it. I think that's my favorite Strixhaven, but I'm not entirely certain. There we go. Now I got a mana rock that taps for 1 of any color. That is huge. No, that'll work, because I can cast that to immediately turn around and cast this. And gain a life off of tapping the talisman. That's why I did that in main phase 2. That way I could swing with this creature with Vigilance, then tap it for mana. Oh! Deals 5... Wait. Sacrifice a creature or have it deal 5 damage to me. No, I'd rather it deal 5 damage to me. Life is a resource, thank you very much. Now I'm glad I fully read that part. The part about it being targeted, if it becomes a target of a spell. I was going to use Brackish Blunder to bounce it back to its hand, but if it's going to make a treasure just for me targeting it, then there's no point. Oof. Okie dokie. Let's see here. That would be another flyer, but not a big enough flyer to do anything with. No, there's at least a window where I can still... Oh, no, I won't... I gotta pick which spell I'm gonna cast, or I don't have an option to cast another one. And as badly as I want to tap this for mana to help cast this, I think I'm gonna need it as a blocker. Damn it. Yeah, I need it as a blocker, and I hate that. Because the spell I actually wanted to cast, which is why I was willing to tap this, which was Dramatic Accusation, I now can't cast because I needed to have tapped this for this to have enough. Now I don't. I do have enough for Brackish Blunder, thankfully, or Disruption Protocol, depending on which one I'm going with. Speaking of cards I've never seen before, what? What the hell? No. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to save this for Tiamat himself. I can't wait that long. Sheesh! On that note, I want to look this thing up and get a copy of it for myself. This thing is amazing. I love ETB effects, and I have an entire deck focused on ETBs. So, this is right up my alley. Fuck. Take the counters. I might need the mana. They need to redo they need to redo Tiamat's entrance. That thing was kind of underwhelming, honestly. that entrance, in my opinion, is not befitting of a dragon god. But that's my 2 cents. Let's see, what did they get? The hell is this? Never even seen this Dragon Rogue Warrior. Yep, Terror of the Peaks. That's the one I expected. The hell is this? Wow. I like that card a lot. That's frustrating. Like, I'm mad because even I thought that was clever. You're willing to get rid of all of... Why? Why would you get rid of Terror of the Peaks? Just to draw 3 cards. It's not worth it, my guy. I don't get that one. Yeah, swing for 9. Discard the mana rock. That doesn't help me. I get a land. That's probably the worst thing I could have drawn, to be honest. I need more information. Oh. Two, three, 4, 5. I'm trying to think of how many spells I needed to cast versus how many I have cast. Oof. I'm pissed they had the mana to do this on my turn. Oh, yeah, they discarded a mana dork. They don't need that right now. An Anthem effect was the one. It was. They did not need that, but now they get it anyway. Wait, what? Excuse me, this says what now? Sheesh. Declare blocks. After blocks, but before damage. Blink this thing. Your creature was blocked. It now doesn't hit me in the face. I think I blocked their commander with it, too. Yep, I did. Because I saw them highlight Tiamat. Like, what the? Fucking dead draw. Probably the worst thing I could have drawn, to be honest. I'll state the obvious here. I was hoping for either Cyclonic Rift or the thing I played last game, the River's Rebuke. It's another island. Wow. Well, that's, again, not what I was hoping for. So, let's cast the commander for a single mana. Why not? Let's see what I can draw with 6. Wow. I'm laughing that I drew the actual counterspell itself, along with the turtle from last game. GG. Run out of stalls. Zayatora. Again, as if they needed that. Yep. I was going to say, it shouldn't even give me the option to say no blocks, because I swung my only flyer. But that was on principle. I'd rather swing the flyer at them once then preserve 8 life and be at -7 instead of -15. So. Nice. Got both of the blue spells done. Now I just need to attack with a lot of creatures. I think for that, we're going to be changing decks because this is not a deck that likes to attack a lot. So if I want a lot of bodies, that means goblins or my mono white tokens. We're going to go with goblins. But I am going to use the restroom before I start the next game. I'll be right back. I have returned. Now to begin attacking with all of the buddies. I believe it said I needed to attack with 45 creatures total, and I needed about 30 still to go. Let's double check that just for curiosity's sake. I have 34 that I still have to swing with. Let's change up the deck. Let's see what we get. See how long that takes. Of course, one of the other things is I might not get to attack with the way this deck is built. One, because the attendance sheet might kill them before I get the chance to even swing. And because when you put, 20, 40, 1/1s into play at once, all with haste, people have a tendency to scoop before you even get to do anything after that. Wow. This is what you call a snap keep. 3 basics, a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 4-drop. Sorry, 4 basics, excuse me. I am going to have to hit pass turn every single chance I get now. I am very, very happy to get the 1-drop, but it is going to make me have to, hit buttons a lot because of what it is and what it does. Can I do anything with 2? No, not yet. Okay. Land for the turn. Swing! This little guy, the Skirk Prospector, can sacrifice a goblin to add a red. That, unfortunately for me, includes himself, so the game is going to ask me every single chance it gets. That being said, absolutely fabulous card, extremely useful. How can I... Oh, I could sacrifice it to get the fish. Yeah, I don't want that. And as tempting as it is to get the Beetleback Chief or Krenko himself out this turn, it's just going to be nothing. Just going to pass. No, take your draws. And then this is when it attacks if you have Threshold. Okay. Just gonna cast the big guy and say go. Cast him and see if he lives. Ooh, that's a problem. Oh, actually, I don't care. That is annoying for me to deal with, but I can get around that. I'm not blocking that. I'll take 3 to the face. Thank you very much. Lovely, the Matron. Let's get another mountain on the board. Get a red. Put him back in the command zone. And we're going to use that mana to help cast the Matron. Am I going to have enough to cast this when I get it? Yes, I am. Nice. I'm pleased, because I already know what I want to go search for. And I have enough to turn right around and recast it without having to sack anything or get rid of anything else. Excellent. There is the War Chief. Let's get him on the board. Full send. Go ahead and block him. You're still taking 2, and we're back to even. I don't care that you killed him once. Next turn, I have the mana to recast him before I even play my Reliquary Tower as my land for the turn. Oh! Interesting. I'm okay with that. That's nice as a draw then discard, but that doesn't do me a ton of good right now, so... welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll tap like that. I was wondering why they were leaving this open, but it's because it's the fountain port itself, that's why. Oh. Hope she feels better.
Me too.
No swings. I'm just going to sit here menacingly with a lot of open mana, effectively. Really wish I could do something about that, but I can't. Ooh. I have not seen somebody play Perun against me before. I didn't know he had an entrance. His entrance is well deserved. Go ahead and swing. You're doing me a favor. They smartened up. Let's see here. This could pop that nicely, but I don't know if that does me any good. No, I think I'd rather hardcast the creature at this point. First things first, let's get some more information. Stokasia's dig site is a nice utility thing, but I'd rather have some other shenanigans right now. Ooh. Now we got a problem. That sucks. Not even gonna sugarcoat that one. That sucks. Oh, fun. I forget this card is in here. I don't play it very often. Now I have to debate if it's worth casting this creature, because I was going to cast it just to cast it. No, because I kind of thought about leaving mana open for this, but you know what? No. If they were going to blow him up, they would have done it by now. So yeah, you can swing too. I don't need you back. Send the fence! Full send! Full send! He stays back because he's the haste enabler. I made that mistake once. I swung with the chieftain and I lost my anthem effect, and that was the difference. Probably still had 10 of them hit him. Fine with me. One to me. Interesting. He didn't even bother popping off one of the 1/1s like he did the first time. Yep. I had a feeling that might happen. They drew into removal. The thing is, I don't know which... Okay. I was curious if they hit Krenko or the War Chief. Because first of all, I got 14 creatures. You got 4 blockers. I can swing for 9 right now, and you can't do shit about it. So, I'm actually kind of curious what their angle is at this point. Because it feels like they know something I don't, or that they're up to something. But we'll see. Ah, they had something else ready for him. I see. Whew. This game is about to come down to this turn right here. Nope. It's over. Blue-red doing blue-red things. He stormed off on me. Not much I can do about that. On the bright side, though, I attacked with 20 creatures. That's pretty close to done now. Let's give Krenko another roll at it. Step away from the mic while it finds me the next game. Hoo boy, Xenagos, God of Rebels. This ought to be interesting. Ooh. Okay, this is tricky. I got a 1-drop, I got a 2-drop, I got 2 3-drops, one of which can be a haste enabler. I'm just going to keep it. We'll see if I regret that or not. I only need to draw 1 land and I should be good to go. But we'll see how that plays out. They start off with a surveil land. Very nice. No, that's not what I was hoping for. I wanted a land, but I'll take a one drop that has haste, so a little more damage in there. And see this is where I start getting worried. Because now I've drawn 3 times and I still haven't drawn a land. Now if I draw the land right here, it's fine. It was all worth it. If I don't, I get worried. I mean, I still got a good spell to cast in the meantime, but... Hey! We got there! Cast Commander on curve. Give him haste. No swing. Just gonna make 3 gobos. Next turn I can make 6, which will actually be 8 by tapping him, because I'm gonna cast that first, of course. Actually, nah. Yeah, cast that. That way I can try to save mana for that for another time. What? Oh, Fabled Passage. I was like, why is there a thing disappearing? Because that's not the animation for Evolving Wilds or a Terramorphic, one of those, so I knew it was something special. Oh, I have this card. Like, I actually physically have this card somewhere. It's a very good card. I just don't have this artwork, so it threw me off the visual. I got bad news for you, buddy. Oh, actually, never mind. I take that back. They knew it was going to die. They didn't care. They just arguably traded up their stat line on their creature. The good news for me, though, is that creature kind of prevents me from casting instants on their turn, so I'm kind of glad it's out. Oof. I am so sorry, opponent. That's probably all she wrote. I have a lot of goblins that can just swing, and I don't think they can do anything about it. I think they're counting on me not having like a pump spell, but I have one, so they're screwed. Yep, I was just going to say, we will see if they even let me swing. They didn't. Unsurprisingly. Let's see here. I still need to swing with, I think, about 6 more creatures. I believe I had 39 out of 45. So let's go with the choices one. This is one of the favorite decks that I have that I've built on Arena. And I'm sure I could even improve it. You know, I'm sure it's got its flaws in it, but it's just so much fun because of the way it plays. You know, this is the first card that they made that says modal on physically printed on the card. And, you know, the deck reflects that. Oh, this is also fun. This is fun that they picked something involving black, as it is one of the 2 colors that I am not playing. So that is a nice touch by the matchmaker, so to speak, because now we have every color here except for white. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Let's go blue, red or blue, green. Now I debate which one. Huh. Nah. Let's go blue-green. So I can just let it come in tapped, as I'm not trying to use it this turn. Huh. Speaking of really cool sleeves that I have not seen before, add this one to the list. and I unintentionally have mana for a counterspell open. Not gonna counter his commander. I don't think it's worth it, but you know, things and stuff. Good for them. They've cast their commander. So I'm gonna be hit for 3 unless I cast mine. No, I think I wait. I don't feel like getting hit for 3. I feel like getting my guy on the board. Force his hand a little, see what they do from here. Ooh, what is this? I love seeing a card I don't see often. Let's see, when you gain or lose life during your turn, bats get +1 and death touch. This ability triggers only once each turn. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And this is why I went ahead and cast the commander, even though I didn't necessarily want to. Hey, I drew a fetch land. Let's go. I'm pleased about that. Alright, so this is 2... So 5 total? Okay, so I can't cast that for that. So now I debate if I keep mana open for a counter spell. Oh, this is an instant. Never mind. I thought that was a sorcery. That changes things. Ugh. The flying and death touch is going to be a pain, but the death touch is more so problematic than the flying. Flying won't be an issue for me. Fighting that thing. It's the death touch that will. I was thinking I could swing in and not be worried. Then I noticed it had death touch, and I went, pass turn! Alright, what do you got? Oh, the classic. How do I... Oh, I don't have 2 blue! I was staring at my hand like, why can't I play one of these 2? I should have 2 blue. No, I don't. Thank goodness I had 1 shockland to find. We're going to find this shockland, and... Now I have to debate which one. No, cast the more expensive one. Yeah. And counter target spell. And when I do that, let's impulse draw 1 card. So I need card advantage. I want the flyer, but because it's a 1/3 with flying, I'm not that worried. Hello. That's a good hit. Phew. I actually got really worried for a second because I was worried I didn't have a second red and I would not be able to play him, but I will be able to play him, so we're good. They got another creature out with death touch. That's a problem. Very happy my commander's a 3/3 and I can tank these decayed zombies at the very least. I don't love doing this because I'm not really gaining anything mana-wise, but 4/4 Urabrask with first strike is kind of hard to argue with. Never mind all of his shenanigans that follow along with it. Actually, I have a whole video where I get this thing to flip and it basically wins me the game on the spot because I was able to flip him. And now I'm thinking that I might be able to do the same. How did... Oh, that made them lose life. Okay. And now that D-lines itself. Or it kind of... No, not D-line. I'm trying to think of the phrasing here. It deluminates. There we go. Ooh! Ouch! Smart. He knew to not blow up the commander, because I will eventually be able to recast him. He blew up the other creature. That was smart. And now this is the one that hurts, because now what I have to do is sit here and just Chromatic Lantern and pass, because nothing else is a good move. I could put this out, but then I don't have the mana to at least have the, you know, some function of a counterspell handy. You know, it's like I'd like to leave myself with an option on your turn. But no. That was the downside of hitting Urabrask on that first Impulse draw. That makes me think I should have gone for the bird or the counter. I'm sorry, what? Damn it. Has to have flying. You know what? I'm going to cast it anyway. I know they have the mana to do it. I don't care. I'm trying to find another land, damn it. They're up to 6 lands. They've eaten all their veggies, and I got a hit. Oh, yeah, you're going to pay the cost, my guy. That's not a question. You're going to happily pay the 2 mana just to have a 6/6 Flampler on the board. Ooh, this makes this a little more tricky. So I now have 6. This is one of my favorite spells in this deck, but I need to be able to kick it to really have it do work. Yeah, let's slow play this a little. I'm hoping that they cast something that I can counter, and then I'll have at least a bird to chump block. Well, actually, no, never mind. It has trample. Chump blocking is not really an option here. Well, they definitely played something worth countering, that's for sure. This time I will actually give him a +1/+1 counter. That way next turn when I cast this, I will get 3 basics, not 2. Trying to play the long game here. Well, that's a problem. Actually, that's not really a problem because it's a 1/1 on the ground. Only 1 card left in hand. I like that for me, but I don't like the fact that I'm now at 10. That was a nice draw. Like I said, hate to cast this thing without the kicker, but I don't have the time for that. Bounce both of your flyers back to your hand. Let's create a bird. No reason to swing my commander into a death touch. That guy would block in a heartbeat. I would too, and if I would block it in a heartbeat, I know they would. The problem for me is that this demon is coming right back. All I did was buy myself some time. But I'll take that, given the alternative. Oh, that's terrifying. Why do you need a Dark Ritual? I don't think you would Dark Ritual to cast this thing. And that's why. I knew it. That hurts, but that's also a good play. Like I said, I would do the same. Ping you for 1. Draw land, that's nice. Gotta do what I can to slow him down. Swing for 5. The really nice thing for me that I just noticed, I can see their whole hand. And they drew a land. Nice. What I'm curious of is if this thing will be cast for the adventure side or if he'll just cast the creature straight away. That's now what I'm curious of. And they will cast the creature side. They will cast the adventure. Okay. The reason I was curious if they would do it or not is because that made them lose a life to do that. Oh. Oh, that's a big fucking problem. This is one of my favorite cards in my Judith deck with good reason. Its stench corrodes steel. Its miasma sickens angels. Its finality ends hope. The card is amazing and just all around useful. Ooh, how much mana do I got? I have enough to... Yes, I will. Thank you. Should not have had to click it that many times, but okay. We're going to exile target card from a graveyard. We're going to exile that just because I can. That way I can bolt this. Let's actually just go with the counter this time. Oops. Would not have gone with the counter if I remembered he couldn't swing this turn. Oh well. Decisions are made. I doubt that's going to make a huge difference. I would have made a bird had I realized he couldn't swing, but I don't think a 1/1 flying blocker is going to make a huge difference. Oh yeah, bring it back out. I don't know why I thought that thing was already back, or like already in the graveyard somehow. No, it's back. Okay. Welcome back. Just because you have a bigger flyer doesn't mean I can't get rid of it. That's interesting to me. I don't know why you wouldn't kill my Ashmouth dragon instead. But at the same time, I will take it. Oh. You want to hit me back for one? Yeah, go ahead. I should have waited for that. Oh well. I drew a fetch land. I'll take that. Let's see here. I'm trying to debate. Hey. Oh, hello. Thank you. What did you... How did I know you were making food? Appreciate you, sweetheart. Thanks.
I forgot to take them.
So I could ramp more. Nah. We're gonna do this. Or wait, yeah, I guess I am just ramping then. No, let's not use a fetch land, that's gonna burn. Do this, and then we're going to cast the aforementioned Entish Restoration. Bolt that for 2. Oh, excellent. They said nah. They can see what I'm doing now, so that's a wrap. It's another win for a different deck. I still only... Wow! That whole game, I attacked with 4 creatures. That was it. That entire game, I attacked with 4 creatures. That's funny. Whatever. I'll take a win. A win is a win. So all 3 of you guys have gotten a win. Let's see. I know. Let's go with the mono green storm. Ooh. I have mono green versus a rainbow. How appropriate. Oh, now this is an interesting hand. We're just going to keep it. All I really need is to draw one land and I'll be all set. And there it is. Now on turn 4 I can cast this and at the very least be able to cast the commander. Although of course before that I'll be able to cast Slime Against Humanity to at least have a body. Oh, even before that! Even better. Elysian Caryatid. One of my favorite cards, period. Very, very useful mana dork. Nice, they got the lantern out themselves. Ooh, let's see. Do I ramp? Or do I get a body? No, actually I want the body this turn. We'll ramp next turn. Sure, let's poke you with the mana dork. Now my question is, do they cast Tom this turn, or now do they cast a Saga because they have 5, and then they can cast Tom next turn and immediately kind of start to benefit from said Sagas? I'm curious their sequencing here. Yep, they do a Saga first. Oh, man. This is what I get for swinging the mana dork. Now it's dead. If I didn't swing it, I could have given it hexproof, but nope. Now it's dead. That's fitting. I'm going to insert an oops because I feel it necessary. Oh, is this the one that you get to steal them when it gets your turn? Yep. When it flips, you gain control of all rat tokens. That one. I knew I remembered it. Okay. Let's see. Does this blow one up? No. Nothing here blows one of them up, so I'm going to get the battle on the field. Excuse me. Wow. I think he's going to kill the rat rather than let himself gain control of it. You would have gained control of an extra body, dude. Alright. Bigger problem I have is he has enough lore counters to be untouchable. Let's see here. I do have a land, which is nice. I have 8 total. That's a good number. We got 8 mana. Actually, yeah. Yeah. We're gonna do this. Ooh, this is nice. This just changed plans. Ooh, this can blow one of them up. Let me pause while I look at my mana situation. I got 4 remaining. I could blow up that thing. Doesn't it turn into it's a flyer too? Yeah. But the extra 1/1 counters all over the place is too tempting for me to pass up. So it's going to be the Kami of Whispered Hopes. Is he? Yep, he's indestructible, so no attacks. You can have the rat. Oh. Okay, that's a lot different than just gaining control of a 1/1. What are you targeting? was like, why don't I get a chance to respond to that? And it's because it's the resolution of his effect, so I do not get any chance to respond to give my creature hexproof. That's what I was curious about. Dang. Kind of hoping they would start on chapter 1, of course, so I could get some card draw, but that ain't happening. Cool, doing this now. Kill him! Because I had a window. Get out of here, buddy. Are you kidding me? Damn it! I was like, how does that even count? Ah. Well, that's frustrating. I thought I just was able to ramp and I'd have some extra mana to work with. Nope. So this is 4, 5. Ooh, okay. I get to cast all my spells right now. We're gonna get rid of that. And now we're going to tap it to cast the commander, because storm count is 3. And they all enter with an extra +1/+1 counter on all of them, thanks to Kami. You know what? I got 2 floating. It's going to float away anyway. Let's eat the food first. Om nom 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 nom. Now I'm technically ahead on life, and I certainly have the bigger board. See how well that helps, given that they have every color. Non-creature spells cost 2 colorless more to cast. I don't care. I'm hellbent, and I'm playing mono green anyway. They did me a favor. Cool, I have to sacrifice something? Okay. I'm going to sack my commander and recast it. I don't think they expected that. I wanted to be on one more good note to end on. That was, yep, there's at least the 2 creatures. I'm going to call it with that. I'm getting a little hungry. My better half has already been kind enough to make me some food for dinner. So with that, I will remind you to beware the generosity of demons and have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much to anyone who took the time to join me.